You know the one I liked? I was living life. It was a judge and they said, "Where's the evidence?"
Yeah, and they eat the evidence. Yeah, we put that up there now. So yeah, on International Women's Day, they put women belong in the kitchen.
That was so horrible.
So it's one of those things, right?
And even though that I do sometimes enjoy myself when I go shopping, just to touch the clothes. You know, when you go to the shop and you actually want to touch the clothes, see the material, feel it.
It's ready though, yeah?
I'm ready.
I'm never ready, but you know, it's life, innit?
Welcome to the Level Up Podcast. I am your host, Raheem, and today we are joined by
Alabe Mohammed.
Saif Ali.
So this is episode 2, and let's get into it. So today's going to be a bit more structured, guys. Yeah, so got a few topics and a few segments we're going to discuss. So let's start off with the social buzz.
Okay.
So the social buzz section for you guys is just the latest news. Doesn't mean it has to be latest right now, but anything that's bringing up a buzz, essentially, right? Mm-hmm. So the first topic I got for you guys is, I don't know if you guys have heard about the new iOS 14 update. Mm-hmm. And what this update essentially does is it allows users to, by default, opt out of getting their information tracked on apps. Mm-hmm. So you might have seen it. I will put up a picture here somewhere so you guys can see it. But yeah, essentially, everyone should have seen it now if you have an iPhone. Where when you open up a Facebook or an Instagram, it kind of says allow or not allow. While before it was opt in by default, and you'd have to go into your settings to turn it off.
Okay.
So the flexibility was always there for people to turn it off, but it's just they've opposited it now. So my question for you guys is, what type of impact do you think this will have on the social media market, obviously? Mm-hmm. And will it be good or bad for consumers overall? So, starting off with you.
Okay, so by have, I would have said it already impacted it. So I'd say with Facebook primarily, when people do marketing, they really work on the pixels. So it kind of tracks exactly what the user goes through each page and where they land on next. So whenever ad does come back onto them, they can find them in it. So it literally is a tracking system. But if you're opting out, you're literally not going to know exactly in the middle ground, because when the pixels happening now with the new iOS, you can see when they click on your ad, and I believe you can see the last end result. Yeah. But in the middle round, what they're doing, you can't track.
So normally the section where us as ad makers and ad producers, that's where we would normally fiddle around to make some users' stuff work better. Yeah. So in terms of, for me personally, I think in terms of a moral ground, right? Mm-hmm. I think for users it's great because I don't think everyone is educated on the subject enough to know to go into the settings and be able to know that they can opt out of this information. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, for a user, they do want their privacy, right?
Correct.
So them being able to have the privacy, but being able to opt in if they want to, I think for the consumers is a lot better, because now they know if I want to share information on this app, I can share it, because maybe somebody knows that, these ads that I get are more, worked around me because I opt in. Yeah. So for a certain app, like maybe Facebook or something, they will accept it. But then there might be an app like, who knows, like TikTok or something like that, where somebody's like, I don't really want to share what I'm looking at or what I'm searching on this and get adverts back for this. So they might opt out of it. So I think it's great for the consumer, giving them the flexibility and making them aware, because before, being able to go into the menu and stuff, I think confusing. You're less aware, right?
Yeah, you're not sure. Being transparent at the point. But I would also say it's also difficult to actually bring the right marketing content for each person now. So, do you know what I'm saying?
So the ad accuracy is a lot worse than you're trying to say.
So essentially for marketers, it's gone down. For us, and for consumers, it's a lot better.
Mm-hmm. But I feel even for consumers, it's still bad as well, because you're still going to get ads either way, right? But now you're getting ads that are less relevant to you. So it's not actually helping the consumer anymore. We all know those times when we're looking for something, right? And you get ads that are quite similar, but sometimes they do show better deals or better offers at that time when you're looking for that thing. So it can be really helpful sometimes getting these accurate ads for exactly what you're looking for. So users will end up losing out on that, I guess.
Yeah. But currently it's just on iOS at the moment. So
iOS,
the good thing about majority of these platforms like Facebook, all these other ad management platforms, you can specify exactly what phone. So another marketers can do is easily move away from marketing on iPhones and straightly go to Android phones, where they might not have all of this issue. But if you think about it, there is still a large majority of population.
I think majority of population uses iPhone, right?
No, it's Android.
Is it still is Android? Okay.
Android. But it's still, there's still a lot. I think it's like 50-40%.
That's enough to make a huge impact.
Huge impact. Yeah. And also, I think you also have to think a user group, right? Even if they are on Android or on Apple, you can pretty much be able to target what you're looking for and work out the process through the Android users and then test that on the Apple users. So I guess it's made it just a bit more long-winded now, I guess. Yeah. What do you think for ad budgets? What type of impact is this going to have for businesses?
Are you going to be most likely spending a lot more? Because if you think about it, if people are saying no, some of them people, who are the ones that are going to say yes? You're not going to exactly know, innit?
You don't know what to tailor it to anymore.
Yeah, so now you're going to have to spend more money to find the ones that do accept it.
So would you say that you're spending more ad budget on...
to get the correct data.
Yeah, so you might be spending more on your actual marketing company for them to put in the hours to get the test results back.
Yeah, correct.
So it's not necessarily you're going to just be willy-nilly spending loads of extra money on ads just to see if they work.
No.
It's more of a trial and error sort of thing.
So you're paying for more man-hour, really, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so everyone's opinion overall, what do you guys think?
I think it's bad for us as marketers in this sort of industry, solely because obviously when you try to do campaigns and everything, you'll have to spend a lot more money until you find the right market. And now you can't tailor it to certain people, obviously, if they've opted out. Whereas in consumers, obviously, you said certain people would like that privacy. I guess it just depends on the individual itself. But yeah, it goes both ways, I guess. It goes both ways.
I think that's perfectly summed it up, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that was my topic for today for Social Buzz. So if you guys do have any topics that you think are trending or you want us to discuss you've seen recently, let us know in the comment section and we'll have a look at those next time around, guys. So moving on to our next topic now. This segment's called Topic of the Week. This has no time scale, I guess, to it. We're going to allow everyone to have their opinion on it, right? But yeah, this is just a topic that I found interesting and just want to see everyone's marketing outtakes on it, right? So you guys might have heard of free Cuthbert, is it?
Is it Cuthbert?
Is it Cuthbert or Cuthbert?
Correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, correct us if we're wrong. But it's the caterpillar cake, basically, right? So the caterpillar cake...
is this the one that Aldi made?
Cuthbert is the Aldi version. Yeah. And then M&S have their version, which is... I don't know what's his name again.
Was it Colin?
Colin the caterpillar, yeah? So what's essentially happening between these two companies is M&S filed a lawsuit against them for IP claims. They think it looks exactly the same. It thinks the name is even copying it, everything, right? So they wanted to take them to court for that. And then what's happened since is I think they've dropped the case now.
Okay, yeah.
But the major reason why they dropped the case is because of Aldi's social media team using platforms to their advantage and really flipping the situation. And they kind of ended up making the whole nation be on Aldi's side rather than on M&S's side. And we'll throw up some funny tweets that they put out here. If I just read some of the tweets.
You know the one I liked? It made me laugh. It was a judge and it said, "Where's the evidence?"
Yeah, and they eat the evidence. Yeah, we'll put that up there now. So yeah, they were really using social media to their advantage, I'd say, and they ended up making all the other stores basically come on their side as well. They tagged other stores because all the other stores have a similar caterpillar cake.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen a caterpillar cake in every shop.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this was taken to court anyway from the start. I think they messed up there. But yeah, I think the use of social media was really great. And my question for you guys is, what power and impact do you think your social media team could have on your business, good and bad? Yeah, so let's start off with Saif.
We're taking this situation, as you can see, from that they've completely just thrown away the lawsuit, having it passing over to their social media team. I believe they gave, from what I've read, they gave all the power to their team, and they've kind of just turned it around and made it into a meme, making, like, let's just say the whole audience just become on their side.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making it into different memes, and yeah, man, just.
I will put that. I'll put it here as well. So they also reached out to ASOS for a collaboration, right?
Yeah, I did see
and
that as well.
they ended up. ASOS ended up selling now Aldi merch, so people are actually gonna buy their clothes out of this. So I think like, and the main thing that they always use, even when ASOS tagged them back, was free Cuthbert. So. This tagging alone has become like a social media ploy that any other company is trying to tap into, because it's got a massive audience now built up there on Twitter. Tell us how Twitter works essentially, and how Twitter engages people with hashtags, because I've always wanted to understand it a bit better.
No, Twitter itself, like everyone uses Twitter, it's like a conversational based. So when people like Audi posting on TikTok, they're gonna actually create some sort of conversation. So when people are making a conversation, that's going to be the new talk. People want to hear it. You're going to provide more information out on the platform. So a lot of the time, personally, myself, when I'm on Twitter, that's places where I go to quickly grab certain information and quickly
following the new trend.
Yeah, following the trends. You stay up to date with things. So the way that Audi used social media is very powerful, because they use the engagement of their audience to kind of get the upper hand. It's like, if you think about politics, when they use social media as well, they use that as the upper case to get their audiences to come on their side. So that's the power really of social media, connecting people.
So for the impact, I always want to discuss the flip side to this as well. So I do also believe it's great to give your social media team free reins, but there is so for us essentially, when we set up something with a company and we basically have free reins to do what we need to do, there should always be a primary contact person from the other side, where you maybe release things to them first, make sure they're okay with it before you release it. And what this can do is kind of obviously save your face, save your image, but also, you know, protect the brand that you're essentially helping as well, because you might think something's funny, or you might think something would stir some attention for the right reasons, but it could end up being out of pocket, and it could cost the business quite a lot of money.
100.
One example of this, we'll put the tweet up, was Burger King, right? So what they put, if I have a look again, they put on International Women's Day, they put "Women belong in the kitchen."
Well, that must have terrible.
So it's one of those things, right?
That must have backfired.
Come on, like that's something you wouldn't even say on the street nowadays, because it's the wrong opinion. And secondly, even if you think that opinion, it's not something that you should say to people. That is really out of pocket. What they ended up coming out with is, I'll read it out for you guys. So they said, "We hear you. We got our initial tweet wrong and we're sorry. Our aim was to draw attention to the fact that only 20% of the professional chefs in UK kitchens are women, and to help change that by awarding culinary scholarships. We will do better next time." Now, would you say that is the truth, or is that cap?
Cap.
No. Yeah, of course. They got something. They took an L. They're trying to bounce back now.
They're trying to bounce back.
Maybe one part of the social media team wrote that thinking it'd send off a different message, but when they seen the backlash that came with
I don't think so, no.
they had to bounce back with something else.
If you read that, the way you read it, you could clearly understand what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know if it's this, right? So there's this social media technique, right, where it's like a bait and catch, right? So you release an outrageous statement like this so that everyone follows it, everyone tweets it, your name is out there. Yeah. And then you kind of, as soon as you've caught, then you tell them, okay, this is what I was actually trying to say.
Which is a good...
It can be, right? I think it's more about topics where you can be a bit like...
sensitive.
Less sensitive, right? So things that are not that as impactful, right? So maybe something like a football match, like a team to lose, or like something like that, and then you throw out something afterwards, like but when it comes to certain topics,
but that's extending it. If you think about that way, you're saying you're actually being on trend when things are happening. So imagine a football game's happening and you say a tweet like that, you're kind of grabbing the market that's already talking about it. So imagine you're going for a different audience. You're Audi, for example. If Audi tweeted about Arsenal or whatever playing a game, they're going to take their viewers coming onto Audi now. So that's it's tactics, strategy.
It is tactics, yeah. But that could, and I've seen it for a lot of people, right? So I've seen it. Was it also? I think it was Marcus Rashford or Phil Foden, right? So their team, right, tweeted at Kylian Mbappe saying, I'll put it up there, right? But basically, it was just trying to instigate some banter thingy, and a lot of the people didn't like it, right? Because it seemed like you're about to play this team, you need to be a bit more professional. Why are you messing around on social media? He then came out and said it was his social media team. He has now removed the social media team from his socials, and he's gone elsewhere. So yeah, it wasn't that out of pocket what he was saying. It was actually nothing wrong with it, but because obviously they got left all of it to them, and they didn't really think about the social impact in terms of, because it's not you, if you don't understand your industry, right, this is where an issue can happen. So the subject, the tweet that they sent out is not really an issue. What the issue is, you need to understand that just the 2 games before a football game, everyone should be professional, everyone should be focused on football. And this is something really big in football, right? Where you should not be messing around with the other team. Like even players that, talk and then they start, in the tunnel, they start shaking hands and stuff. A lot of people don't like that. But that's kind of socially accepted now. But going online and talking to players before the match, like, you ready, it's really seemed like, are you focused?
What did he say specifically?
Let me try and find it for you guys.
Some people must have seen it as they were trying to follow.
But yeah, you guys carry on. You guys carry on with it, and I'll find that for you. Yeah,
but moving back onto his original question of having sign-off auditors and whatnot, it's like the whole thing of, let's just say, if they give it to their social media team, but they feel like posting something is right, they should always have someone alongside with them. Yeah, exactly. Just checking it and see if it's okay.
And obviously someone that's actually involved in the industry, understanding what's acceptable and kind of what's going to go right, of course. But if you can't find the tweet, there's no point.
Yeah, I found it. So it was just, he added Mbappe and he said, are you ready?
Oh, are you ready?
So it doesn't seem like such a bad thing, it's like, are you ready? But in football, there's a thing of keeping it professional, until the game is done, and then you can have your fun. So if you don't understand your audience, you can really upset them by something that doesn't seem that deep.
But is that just for football specific?
Every industry is a bit different, right? But that's just an example to show you need to understand your industry well before you can even take on social media. That is definitely a
point to consider.
Something to consider, right? So yeah, I mean, any further thoughts on this, or we wrapped it up quite well? Yeah,
that's all sorted.
Okay, so moving on to the next part of the podcast. This section I like to call level up or level down. So I'm gonna say a topic to you guys, and then you guys either give me a level up or you give me a level down, depending on what you guys think about it, right? So the first one is Debenhams.
Yep.
Debenhams have just recently been bought out by Boohoo, and as a part of the major deal, they basically closed all their retail stores and they've become an online brand now, right? They paid a lot of money for the name, but essentially there's no difference between it now compared to any other online brand, right?
Yeah.
And they rebranded themselves as Debenham.com.
.com,
So that was the major thing that was in the advert, right? So for you guys, adding the .com to your name, do you think that's a death to the retail giants, or is it a rebirth to an e-commerce market? So what are your guys' opinion on people adding .com to the end of their brands?
.com specific. I'd say honestly, a lot of businesses now coming up are doing well when it's just focusing online as e-commerce. And the only reason I say that is there's a lot of things that you don't have to consider anymore, like the overheads of a store, people working for you, as in the shops, dealing with customers face to face, and you're dealing everything online. So I actually honestly believe you can spend majority of your money that you would have been spending elsewhere on your marketing, and you can actually grow your business.
100%.
So I actually believe, honestly, in my personal opinion, even though that I do sometimes enjoy myself when I go shopping, just touch the clothes. You know, when you go to the shop and you actually want to touch the clothes, see the material, feel it. Because most times when I do order, sometimes I look at it like, yo, what's this? It doesn't look like what I wanted.
Me personally, I order everything online now.
Is it?
Yeah, I hardly go to the stores anymore.
So do you think Debenhams being online now, being Debenhams.com, is more likely for you to buy something there now?
For me personally, maybe. I'd say for the older generation, maybe not, because one thing I've noticed is they love going to the shop, trying out the clothes, but one thing they haven't touched on is technology. So something like that is a different transition for them. Maybe they'll end up going to a different store now, or...
Yeah, maybe, I guess Debenhams, right, they're known as like what you think of high retail in like old established retail in UK, right? So them going online, it's either people are changing with them or they're just appealing to a different market now, I guess.
Yeah, I think growing with the people aging now. So as people are aging, other new audience will be coming along to...
So for you guys, is it level up or level down?
Level up. My personal
I'd say
opinion.
level up still.
Level up.
Yeah. Okay, so the next topic I got for you guys is, if you guys have been watching the Euros, you will know that Ronaldo recently, in a press conference, he moved the two bottles of Coca-Cola and he put water there and he told the fans, drink water, right?
Yeah.
This obviously was PR for Coca-Cola, I guess. But it could be bad PR because their share prices went down. Only by a certain. People are saying it is just fluctuations in the market, but there was a noticeable buzz around it, right? So, PR. All PR is good PR, or can PR be bad PR? What are you guys thinking?
You can go both ways again. It's like the whole thing about Kylie Jenner and Snapchat. When they changed it to a different update, she wrote one tweet, and I believe they lost a lot of money from that as well. So it could mean same thing, like you said with Coca-Cola, they lost some money from that, but essentially
It'll go back up.
It'll go back up, yeah.
Go back up, yeah. I'd say PR can be bad to a certain extent.
It definitely got a buzz around it, right?
But at the same time, it's the same. You know the whole concept that we're talking about, the section, what's it, social... I don't know, it was the topic of the week, the Audi.
Yeah.
And how they had a bad situation of
But
a
they
lawsuit.
brought some light to it instead.
But they brought some light to it. So either way, PR can bring some light to it, even if it's bad. So.
Yeah. I guess, for the funny things afterwards, you definitely saw the Russian manager. He was cracking one bottle open with the other
drinking
bottle.
it.
He started drinking it. And I thought that was really cool, but at the same time, it's kind of like, does it also show the audience this bold-looking, older, overweight gentleman, he enjoys his Coca-Cola, and the superstar Ronaldo,
he's telling you to drink water,
he's telling
so
you
all
not.
the kids are not going to listen.
Exactly. So, but at the same time, Coke is Coke, isn't it? So, I don't think it'll hit them too bad. So, for you guys, was that level up or level down?
I'd say.
I'd say it's still a level up.
Still level up for Coca-Cola, yeah. Okay. And the final one we have is the UK government, right? They are moving ahead on their HFFS ads, right? So their fast food company ads, right, on TV. they're moving on with their plans now to basically move all fast food adverts and everything after watershed hours, so after 9 p.m. Do you think this is a good idea, or are we just avoiding the problem in hand?
I think, as in like the whole concept of doing it after 9 p.m.
So that's when they're moving all the adverts. So McDonald's adverts, KFC
I think
adverts.
that's a good idea.
It's only going to be after 9 p.m. now.
You take steps to improve things, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea because majority of the kids, that's the main thing you have to think about. The younger generation, helping them move forward with things. So if your kids don't even go to sleep, what time did you used to go to sleep when you were younger? At 8 p.m.
Yeah, 9,
8, 9. So if you think about it, they're gonna give that view to audiences now a lot older that already eat fast food. Now the young kids are not watching it, so it is a step forward. But
I believe it will increase their sales solely because most people, they do a 9 to 5. So after work they come back, they have their food, or they just chill for a bit, and they end up watching telly maybe after 7 o'clock up until whatever time it is. So maybe when they're watching TV then they see the adverts, it targets them at the right time.
Well, me personally, I'd say it's a bad thing, right? Mm-hmm. Because all it's going to do, right? So the only person that's going to lose out here, I think, is the TV companies. Because the ads, they're just not going to buy as many ads, right?
Yeah.
So for them, it's a bad thing. But what this will end up doing anyway will just make McDonald's, KFC, etc., put more ads into their social media ads and stuff like that.
On the YouTube,
exactly, on YouTube and stuff like
Just
that.
Eat coming in all the time.
Yeah.
So, but
because the government can't, they haven't said anything about that. It's just pushing the problem to a platform that is probably more accessible to kids now.
If you think,
and it's going to be put it in their faces. Maybe in a YouTube video, 10-minute YouTube video, you have about 3-4 ads now.
Yeah.
On the TV, it's still every 15 minutes an ad, right? So it's just pushing the problem somewhere else. I think so, personally, yeah.
If I put this question down, would you think TV ads are outdated?
I still think there's a place for them, as you know. Like when we're gonna watch,
I think they're outgrowing.
We're gonna watch England versus Denmark today. Hopefully, it's coming home. But when we go watch that, if we watch it on ITV or whatever, there's gonna be so many ads. And you pick up on those ads.
The majority of the time, do you not think, ITV itself, some people are using the apps on their phones to watch it?
They still force the ads down your throat.
Okay.
So yeah, either way. Even while it's still live, they force the ads down your throat on ITV Hub.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, but at the same time, majority of people are still on phones than watching TV.
Yeah, definitely.
So at the end of the day, I feel like spending, back in the day, the amount of money you would have been spending on ads on the TV, you could be doing so much more on social media.
100%.
So if all these fast foods still want to do their ads, it's still going to work out best if they want to do it on socials.
I think also maybe the government needs to be talking to the fast food places to make their food more healthier, rather than just trying to hide it away from people. Because it's normally the good stuff that you don't really need to advertise like that. People will go find it anyway. So maybe trying making it more healthy would be a better option. But anyway, for you guys, level up or level down for that one by the government?
I'd say level up.
Level up, yeah. For you?
Ooh.
The only reason they don't need to
level up.
Alright, so you guys agree with everything, right?
Yeah, solely because I feel like on the time scale.
Okay. Alright, so that is
what do you say?
Huh? No, I'm just the host.
I see. You don't
still have an opinion.
I don't know. I'd say maybe level down, just because I think
it's not actually pushing the point.
It's not really doing what you're thinking it's gonna do. Kids are just gonna still watch it on their phones and stuff like that. So I don't really think it makes a difference. But yeah, that's my opinion. Level down.
Fair enough.
Okay. And the next segment I've got for you guys now is the Agency Accelerator. So, the Agency Accelerator, guys, this part is basically, we take a scenario, right? It could be from the audience itself, or it could be one I was thinking of myself, right? And with that scenario, we're going to go around with all our expertise in our team, and we're going to try and accelerate this business, with our marketing capabilities. So, today's scenario is a newly opened fast food restaurant, they want to grow their followers and they want to grow their customer base, but they have a very low budget, right? And they have no experience with social media prior to this, yeah? So starting off with cinema, what do you think they can do?
In terms of that, I'd say it's heavily reliant on content creation. So if you got social media pages such as Instagram or Facebook, I'd definitely say take pictures of your food, of your menu items, and upload daily if you can. The more you upload, the more audience you're going to get, and you'll end up hitting them a lot faster. With food, it's something that you need every day, right? So it's a necessary requirement. So you're appealing to everyone in that sense. There's no actual real target audience. It's everyone, I guess. So in terms of cinema, even if you haven't got experience and you're on a low budget, I'd say if you can't hire someone to do it, see if there's any volunteers willing to help, or even university students that's willing to take a new project. I'd even say, go see if they're willing to go help you out. If not, you don't need the best camera equipment in the world. If it's in the food industry, you can, with the phone especially.
I think nowadays phones itself are kind of improving anyway.
Yeah. With phones nowadays, you can take the best photos. It just really depends on how you angle it and everything. Simply YouTube as well. You can honestly go to YouTube and just educate yourself on a couple of videos on how to take a simple photo but make it look nice. And just uploading every day is just mainly the same thing, I guess. Yeah, the main thing.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, for me, from a web perspective, right? So I think you need to have some form of selling your food online, right? So either you can have a website, and there's so many platforms to do. So if you're going to do it yourself and you want it to be cheap as possible in this situation, I would recommend maybe using a Shopify or even a Squarespace or anything like that, because they have the option to be able to sell online, and they have like a ordering system where it's not as advanced, right? But what you can do basically is have an iPad set up, get email sent through of when an order comes through, and then you can either call to confirm or you can get payment beforehand, and you can just let users know kind of roughly how long it would be, right? That is a quick and easy way to get yourself set up online. If you want it to be more precise, I guess, but you haven't got the funds to do it yourself, loads of these companies now, there's Just Eat, there's Deliveroo, right? And they'll take a small percentage off of you per order, rather than charging you pre-hand for all this expensive equipment. And yeah, they'll do the same thing for you, and they've even got delivery drivers and stuff as well. So that one is also another way to go. And you want to link it to your Instagram. Instagram is the best way to sell food, I believe, with the pictures and everything. So through your Instagram, you can either do little pop filters on the food itself with the prices on it. They can click on that, or in your bio, you can have a link that allows you to actually sell food from there, and it integrates with all these major companies like Just Eat, Uber, etc. So I think that's a really good way, especially if you're just starting out, to get yourself online for selling. And yourself for marketing?
For the marketing aspect, when you think about Instagram, I feel like that's a platform that you could use to actually grow yourself nowadays. So I'd say, like you said, selling on personal page and websites, I'd say first starting off selling on the DMs on Instagram. Because if you think about it, it doesn't cost anything to have an Instagram page. You put your page, forcing people to go onto your Instagram, follow it, comment, and DM you for whatever they want. Your menu could be one of the posts. It could be on your story. You know, there are story cards.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have it on your story card. They'll DM through there, forcing them to actually follow you. So if your actual food is spot on, they love it, when they want to come back next, they'll just follow you. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's one way to grow your Instagram page. A second thing to do is start having kind of competition-based things. I don't know what you might do. It could be, I don't know what the prize might be. It could be anything. It could be a free meal worth for £50 or something. Yeah. Order. So you could easily say, tag 3 people on this post, like, comment, and follow our other pages, maybe to have an extra chance to win. Yeah. And then when you do these type of things, them 3 people, they might want to mil. You're not gonna. It's easy. You just tag 3 people.
I mean, they're really low ticket items, right? And stuff that sells to everyone, right? So yeah, you can definitely start exponentially growing that rate.
So then in that situation, you could easily be going from 100 to 1,000 and then keep growing and growing and growing. And I personally know people that have actually grown their pages to like 12,000, 15,000 followers on Instagram within 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a good tactic to use and it does work.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely think that was some great ideas from the guys. And that is 3 easy ways to accelerate your business if you're in the fast food and you're on low budgets, right? If you guys do have any other scenarios for this, whatever, even if you have a business or you're thinking of starting a business, just drop them in the comment section below and we will look at them next time, right?
Yeah.
But apart from that, guys, what else are we saying? How's everyone doing, firstly?
Yeah.
I'm good. What about yourself, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, everything's good. Weather's been a bit awful for July, right?
It's been weird, man.
Yeah, it's been raining. July, it's a bit
Sunny,
weird. Isn't it?
rain, everything.
Yeah. And football. So, Euros, right? What do you guys think so far?
You know what? It's coming home, mate.
It's coming
Coming home.
I just want to be running around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we win. I believe we're gonna win anyway.
In about 10 minutes' time, it's the England versus thingy game, Denmark, right?
10 minutes,
So-
isn't it started already now?
Yeah, it's probably started right now.
Yeah, it started.
Yeah, so who do you think's going to win?
England, man.
Hopefully England, yeah.
Hopefully England as well. And in the final versus Italy, what's your guys' predictions?
I'm saying we're gonna go penalties and win.
Penalties, yeah.
Yeah.
You?
Ooh, maybe 2-1 to England.
We're gonna break
2-1
that
to
curse.
England.
We're gonna break the curse.
Me, I think if we do it in normal time, yeah, it can be a 2-0 or a 1-0. If it does go to second, it goes to extra time and penalties, I think we'll lose. Just because we haven't got enough experience there. And we haven't conceded a goal, yeah. So maybe it'll be a good thing to concede a goal today. Just so that we know
Don't
how
get
to
bad luck.
control it after the floodgate opens, right? Or if it's in the finals, the first time you concede a goal, that's your first time in the competition where your head's gone down. So you might not be able to pick yourself up from that. So that's my point of view. But yeah, hopefully Sterling scores. I mean, he's been underrated so far this tournament, so hopefully he carries that on, which would be good. But yeah, apart from that, guys, anything else?
I think that's about it.
Just comment, like, subscribe, follow
Yeah.
all our social medias.
So if you guys could comment, like, and subscribe on this channel, and make sure you share this video. It'll be on IG as well as clips and everything. Would really appreciate that. And yeah, there's loads of content coming from us in the next couple of weeks.
Before that, what would you do? Should we give a giveaway if England wins?
Yeah, definitely. So if England win the Euros, it's coming home, and you're gonna get something home as well. All right. So what are we giving away? We don't know yet, but we'll give something away. Definitely something that we can help somebody out with, innit?
100%.
So yeah, let us know what you think we should give away, services wise, and we will see you next week on the Level Up podcast.
Peace.
Peace.
Out, guys.